What's up with the YouTube? Back at it again. Bama Blends. I gotta give him another video. So today we got a mid-burst taper on my guy Sterling. We just getting everything together, just combing out the hair, trying to make sure everything. He still got braids, and some of them his straggler hairs is going into the braids. So I'm trying to separate it and make sure everything is good. We just talking, having a great time. This is gonna be a transformation one right here. My guy, he ain't have a haircut in I think a month or so. We're going into it, so I'm gonna start my guideline, creating a rainbow shape at the ear, creating the shape so I can give him a burst mid taper. That's what my guy's looking for, bald at the bottom. So I'm just going in, tacking my guideline, flipping the clipper over, making everything come together first. And then what we're gonna do is we're gonna set every guideline, even in the back too. So I always set my guidelines in from on the side, on the back, and then on the other side. Sometimes it's highly I don't sometimes, but you know, it just depends on how I'm really feeling that day. So I'm gonna get in here, we're gonna go in clipper open, fully open. Just creating that about a half of an inch. Just brush one, fade one, then we're gonna get down, drop down to the beard. We're gonna go open, then we go halfway, then we go fully close and flick out. I'm flicking at this, I'm not laying my blade flat. I'm always flicking at it to make sure everything is good. Then we'll go in my one guard, open, then we'll go halfway, then we'll go fully close. Then we'll go open into the taper, go with the one open into the taper, then we'll go one close with the grain, just so I can make sure all the hair is even. Then I go back with it one open, and I'm starting to see that I have a little bit of dark spot up there, so I know I have to use my 1.5 guard. So then I'm just coming in, playing with the taper a little bit, going halfway, tacking at the bottom of it, and then we're gonna go fully close, use only the 2 teeth corner of the blade. And I use the Stylecraft guards. To me, I feel like the Stylecraft guards, they eat through hair, and I love how they eat through the hair. So I'm just going close, going back and forth, and then we're going close with the grain again, just to see how does that dark hair take it. And it's still, the dark hair is still there. So I'm just gonna brush one to fade one, and then I'm just gonna attack all the dark spots that I see right now in the blend. So then after that, we'll go in with the 1/16. We're gonna go in halfway. We're gonna get into this taper. You know, using the 2 teeth corner of the blade, because I don't want to use my full blade. I feel like I'm gonna create another guideline, and then it's gonna be harder for me to take out. And that's all I'm doing is just knocking out this guideline, and it's starting to come together. You can see it. Then I just close it now, and then I'm just doing detail work. Close, and then go with the grain to knock some of that dark hair out again and see what it does. And honestly, the blend looks good, but I feel like I can do better. So now this is where I come in and start detailing. I go with the one open and just start watching it go away. So I go in with the one open and make sure everything's good. Then I go with the 1.5 guard. I went in open, and then I went close with the grain to see what that does. And it starts to take some of that hair away. So I just go with it close with the grain, against the grain, and then it just darken it, just lighten it up for me. And that's exactly how I want my taper to come out. So now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go in at the bottom of my blend. I'm gonna go in halfway with it. Use only the corner of my blade, going halfway. Then we're gonna go open it up. If I go about a notch, and then we're gonna go in fully open and just cornering where I did with my 0.5 at. We're just gonna corner it just so I can make sure that the blend comes together. Now I'm gonna come in here and do some detail work. I'm only using the 2 teeth corner of the blade, and I'm attacking every dark spot that I see. Obviously, I'm not gonna go in where the C cup is, because I did say I wanted to leave it darker. But I want to make sure that I go in half close, halfway, and open, because I really like my transition. I really want to give it like a blurry look, a burst look. You know, I want to make sure that rainbow shape is there. So now I'm using the 2 teeth corner of the blade. I'm just tacking everything that's dark, just so I can make sure everything's good. So now I'm going into the back. The back, if he got braids, so what we're gonna do is gotta hold his hair down. I'm gonna go in one guard with the grain to make sure that I have one length for it. Honestly, I do this mainly at first. What I used to do, I used to go in with 2 open and then go 2 close with the grain. I used to go with a 1 open with the grain. So it's like I just had to eliminate some steps. So now I'm going with a lever open about 1 inch. I stretch out my guidelines here because I know that the back I have a little bit more room to go. So I'm going in about a 4 inch with it. And I'm going in with a 1 guard fully open. I'm just tacking it, going about another inch. You know, what I do on the side, I do on the back. So then I'm going in close with the grain, getting everything together. So then I'm going in halfway. I just tap halfway, and now I'm going in close at the bottom of the blend, so I can create that shadow look, but it's not going to take it all the way out. So I know that my one guard is not going to take it all the way out, so I'm going in with the grain, and I'm going in against the grain, both. So now I'm going in clipper open with the grain with the one, and then we're just attacking it, making everything come together, just bringing everything together. And then I'm going in halfway right now, and then just going in with it fully closed at the bottom, just so I can make sure everything comes together. Everything comes together really good for me. The same system, I've been working with system for so long, so now I'm working on it. Now I'm gonna go with the 1/16 guard. We're gonna go in halfway. We're just tacking it using the 2 teeth corner of that blade, just to make sure everything comes together and make sure it blends out perfectly for me. So what I'm doing, when I do this, is it's just easy for me, and I can start seeing it going away. So then I close my lever and I go close with the grain, just so I can make sure the hair even gives it a dramatic fade and dramatic blend. So I'm always doing this so I can make sure that the hair is all even and stuff like that. You know, me and my guy talking, having a great time. My guy, he really passionate about what he does, man. This man really, I'm glad that he's doing what he does now. So I just want to say shout out to my man Sterling, man. Give me some knowledge about life, everything, you know. He's going somewhere special for sure. So now we're gonna go in. This is not me just doing detail work. I'm just doing a little bit of detailing. I can see a little bit. You can see a little bit of darkness in there. So I'm just trying to lighten that up to make the blend come out looking even crispier. So then I'm going with the 2 teeth corner of the blade, and I'm attacking that blend to make sure everything is gonna be perfectly fine with it. So that's all I do, man. That's really all I do, is just make sure that the blend is coming together and it's starting to lighten up and look good to me. I'm loving it. My client loves it too. So I just want to say that when I do this, I just always make sure that with the taper, the definition of a taper is long to be short to long. So that's really all I'm trying to make sure. I'm just trying to make sure that it's giving exactly what it's supposed to give. So I'm coming to this other side. I'm doing the same thing. I'm just doing some detailing work, just so I can make sure that everything is symmetrical with this fade, and that it doesn't see one side's darker than one side is lighter. So this is all I do, and just make sure everything gets together. I love this stuff, man. I love when I do tapers. Honestly, to me, I do about maybe 2 or 3 tapers a day. I love doing any tapers. I'm starting to get into the fades, and I love, honestly, every haircut. But the most challenging haircut to me has to be the Edgar. The Edgar to me is really hard. I'm still working on it, so I know it's gonna take time for me to get it. But I'm just going at the bottom of the blend. We're gonna go in. We're just attacking it, just to make sure just light up them dark spots just a little bit more. Then we're gonna go in with the brushing session. Now, I brush one, I fade one. So I run a clipper twice, and then I go brush it. That's really all I'm doing right now. And I'm making sure that the dark spots, to where when I line up his neck, is a little bit darker, just so I can just so when someone sees it sees his haircut from the back, that they actually see that the blend is going crazy. So now I'm coming to this side. This side really is my motivational side. So my topic for this side is go enjoy life, man. Go live life, because we only live one time here. Some people think that, come back, reincarnate. Really, whatever, you think, what you believe. But I just say that y'all live life. Don't be somebody that's sitting in the house all day, chilling, relax, man. Go get up and go motivate yourself to go get it, because ain't nothing gonna be done unless you do it. Somebody next to you can't give you what you want. A millionaire didn't become a millionaire because he sat down and chilled all day. He got up and he worked. It was nice that he had to go and work. And that's really all you have to do. When it comes to this barbering thing, like, I work day in and day out. Some days I get like 2-3 hours of sleep. Like, I love that. I love the game so much because I know it's going to reward me in the future. I understand, that's not good for my health and everything. I'm working on myself now, getting myself back to what I really want to do. But I kind of understood that I had to do what I have to do right now, because I know in the future it's gonna pay off, and I'm gonna be happy and be blessed and thankful for what I've done. So right now I'm just paving the way. But there's a lot of people, that's a lot of barbers that I look up to. They're paving the way for us to walk down this line, and it's kind of how you gotta do it in your career, in your field. Most people pave the way for you to do it. You're thinking about football players. Shoot, if you're a running back, Barry Sanders paves the way for running backs. The juke move, he can run people over. Eric Thomas, the motivational speaker, he's paving way for a lot of other people. Like, everybody has the thing. They have somebody above them that they know that they're greater than you. And it's okay for them to be greater than you. So then you gotta work and you gotta ask the question. Sometimes it's okay to go ask your opponent, what did you do to do this? How did you do that? Because sometimes y'all can learn together, and then y'all can build together. That's really all this game is. You gotta learn. You can't be mad if somebody has a better fade than you. Be like, oh, he's trash. Like, no, you gotta always be able to lift somebody up. It's okay. It's okay to not be the best, because I know I'm not even the best. My quality is okay. There's a lot of guys where I'm at that are way better than me. But I know when it comes with time, and I know that I can do it when I get older. Once I get more experience into this game. And this barber game, there's so many people, so many gifted and talented people out here in this world. So it's like, I'm always willing to learn. Like, from the Get Beams, I would love to go to a class and learn from him. Chris Boschel, I love learning from him about the finances. Sean cuts hair with the shear cutting. It's just like, I love everything about him. I love everybody. Like, honestly, there's nobody in this barber game I cannot say like, oh, nah, I'm cool. So I just want to say this: do what you do, love what you love, and be great at what you do. That's all you gotta do, is be great. So now what I'm gonna do is, I'm coming in this back taper line. I'm creating my straight line vertical bars. So, and what I use some holding spray to get the line looking a little bit crispy. I always use holding spray to make the line look a little bit better. On this side right here, it's all talking about, I was leaving the vertical bars a little bit darker so that people can see. So then I turn the corner of my blade, and I'm using the C motion and creating that arc and that contour to the head, to the ear. Just making sure it contours to the ear and everything. Going to the other side, we're gonna create that vertical bar as well. Honestly, damn, that look fire. Shout out to the blades. This blade is nasty. If y'all don't have a blade, y'all have to go get it. She is fire with these, y'all. I'm telling you. Man, mark my words. I'm telling y'all got to get it. But now I'm just doing the same thing to the side, creating that arc and contour to the head. And then, so now I'm going to do that to this beard as well. He has a beard. He's trying to grow his beard in. So that's what we're going to do, is make sure that he gets that and knock it out the way. My hair's in the way, It's alright though, but I'm just cleaning up all the hair, cleaning up on the ear. Because this is what I do. This is my job. My job is to make sure that my guy looks clean, fresh, as soon as he leaves this barbershop. So I'm doing the same thing on this side. I didn't get all the way over to show y'all this part, but I still can see that I'm putting a straight line down on my guy to make sure everything's going good. So then now I'm gonna go in with the one guard with the grain, just so I can create his hairline. Because at first, when I used to do the one guard closed, it used to take a little bit too much hair off. So now I'm going one guard with the grain open, and it actually leaves a little bit more hair on there. So I'm kind of thankful for that. So now here I come in with the lineup. So we're going to start in the middle. Just create my reference point, and then we're going to go straight to the left side. I'm making sure that my blade is completely flat every time, because if your blade is completely flat and straight, you'll create a straight line, and that's how I really get most of my lines looking straight and looking crispy. That's literally everything I do. Now I'm just using the vertical bars, creating a vertical bar, bringing it all together, make sure everything is good. And obviously that look of razor that I'm using, making that line look crispy, leaving off that ash look. I like that. I'm just brushing the hair down just so I can make sure I get all the stragglers. So when I do this, I just do this just so I can get every straggler hair and get everything together. Now I'm creating this C cup. When I do the C cup, I hit my line and create it, and then now I'm gonna use the corner of the blade. I'm gonna arc and make the hair contour to it. So then that's literally all I do. I like detailing my C cups. That's me. To me, I love C cups. C cups is a good part of a haircut. Honestly, everything, the lineup, the fade, everything is a good part of the lineup. So I'm just using that corner of the blade just to make sure everything's good. Then we're gonna go back to the middle, and then we're gonna do the same thing. I'm in my reference point. I'm going to the right. Gotta make sure that everything is straight. So I'm going all the way to the right and make sure everything's good. So I can make sure this is going to be a symmetrical lineup. It's going to be a straight, crispy lineup. I'm taking some of that holding spray off there with using my blade, make sure everything's good. I go to the left a little bit just so I can see my reference point. And then I always go back to where I started at, reference point. Then I'm gonna start using my vertical bars right here. My guy, his corners is very light on this side. Like his other side is really dark. This side's really light. So honestly, you gotta be able to do anything when it comes to this. So just making sure, I always pull the head down to make sure that the line is actually straight to me and symmetrical to me, because I want to be, because if someone looks down, I want to be able to be like, dang, that line is really straight. So that's literally all I'm doing. I'm just doing detailing with my trimmer to make sure that the line is straight, that it comes together. And it's exactly what I'm doing now. Now I'm going in, I'm finna create my C cup. I'm finna tap, I'm finna make sure, first I'm gonna make sure the C cup is even. And then I tap, I come at the bottom of my C cup and I connect. Then I just connect it. That's literally all I do with my C cups. I just make sure I connect it so I can keep that arc and contour to the head, that everything is gonna be together and be nice. So making sure doing all that, man. Me and my guy having a great time laughing, you know. I'm making sure that it's bought at the bottom, using my trimmer and everything. So I'm just doing right now, just doing some detail work now to get everything together. Now I'm gonna get my enhancements out, using the flow enhancements, using about a 4-inch distance from the head. So I'm using my Sean Cuts hair 245 card. I spray lightly and I spray at an angle kind of so that it hits the card and it kind of splatters onto the head, so I can make sure that it actually comes out looking better. I've learned this from, I've done it different ways. I've sprayed on without the card, and like, yeah, so I've done a lot. It's been like a lot of trial and error for me. So this is all I do. And then come right here, see it's very light, so getting it looking crispy right here, then turning that card, making sure my guy looking crazy. Then it's always, this is like a waterproof enhancement, so it's gonna come off if you use antiseptic, soap, anything, if you scrub at his hairline. So yeah, so now I'm just doing some filling. I just fill in some of the hairs that are, you know, do a little bit of that hair. So then I always do that. And then now I'm coming in with my Barber Magic pencil. This is like women when they use concealer. This is literally, I'm doing the same thing for the eyebrows. So I'm just creating that line, creating a thin line, not too thick and not too chalky. So if you create it thick and too chalky, it'd be harder for it to come off. So now I'm just gonna be using this and creating it just so then I'll be able to blend it out with my trimmer, so I can make sure that it all flows together and make it all look symmetrical, natural look. Yep. So we're just coming in, making sure everything together, you know, tracing over it. And this is really how I just do everything with my pencil, till my pencil look good. Now I'm going in with my trimmer. This is when the women blend out that concealer. So now this is really blending it out, creating it like an ash look. Not really making it look like he actually got pencil drawn on him or anything like that. So that's exactly what I'm doing right now to make sure that everything is good. And when you use this, honestly, this concealer, it's like to me, I like it for my Kodak moments, my picture perfect moments. So when people sit down in my chair, they love it. They love for me to take pictures. I always tell my clients though that I have to take it off, because obviously I don't want nobody walking outside with chalk all over them, you know, stuff like that. So you don't really want to do that. So, but yeah, we're just doing some detailing work right here. So now I lead my client back. I'm using my Crispy Lines Turkish razor, and I'm just tapping at that line just to straight razor it in. This is my exposed blade. I had actually bought another one, the actual regular one without the exposed blade. I said this before in another video. My exposed blade is literally just for my detailing. That's all I do, so I can detail and make sure my lines are crispy and straight. And when you get to this, it's really easy. I've been using a straight razor for about 2 years now, so I kind of know how to use a straight razor. If you're new to this barber game, I just say look at videos and watch how to use a straight razor before you use it. Because when I first did this straight razor thing, I cut myself, I cut my hand, so I ain't trying to discourage any of y'all or anything like that. But the straight razor makes the hairline last longer. To me, most of my clients say their hairline lasts about a week and a half. So to me, that's a good thing for me. And the enhancements last them about a week and a half too. Also a little bit, or a little bit less than a week, probably like 5 days, 6 days. So I'm just turning the head and just making sure that this vertical bar and everything looks clean, looks crispy. Get them all the way together. And this is where I do detailing, making sure that I'm using only the front of my razor, so I can make sure that C-cup is the perfect, not a perfect C-cup, but a perfect angle and perfect everything. And so you can see how that looks right there, man. That is crazy. Let me show my guy the mirror and see what he thinks.